All right, what's up? Just starting a little segment. We got like a little wall chat, I guess it is. Post wrestling, we just did a little wrestling workout. So feeling good. Feeling just getting back in the swing of things. We were just talking about I was just at NCAAs. Crazy tournament, just great time. It's always fun to go to NCAAs and see everybody. But then getting back, we had break the week before, and then I left for NCAA. So it's like been kind of a couple weeks of like not normal like living. So like it always feels really good for me to like get back into a rhythm, get back into workouts, get back around the wrestlers, and just get back to kind of refocused on goals and refocused on what's ahead of us. So that's kind of where my head's at right now.
Yeah, I think this time of year is it's crazy because you can obviously you have a little bit more free time, so you can do whatever you want, but also like understanding there's still work to be done, there's still opportunities to do work, and it's hard to make that switch from like, all right, we just spent the last 6 months grinding with our heads down, get a little sneak of freedom, and you want more of it, but got to reel it back in at the same time. So finding a balance is good, but it always feels good to get back in a routine and just get sweaty.
Yeah,
really.
for real. Like talking to the recruit was here on campus yesterday, and he was talking about took a couple weeks off after state, and now he's like, starting to get back into it, and how good that feels. And like I totally agreed with him like right then. It's like there's during the season and when you're locked in and when you're super focused, it can be easy to like think about all the like, oh man, when you're super disciplined, like I could splurge on this cake or this ice cream or skip this workout or whatever, and in the moment like that all seems like such a good idea, but then once you get the freedom, like for me, when I get that freedom to do it, not like it gets old really fast for me. Like
fast.
I'd rather be in here like getting after it and being sore the next day rather than wake up and feel like sluggish and gross and not like tip top.
Yeah, I think I have no regrets, right? But if I could go back to September and do that whole training regimen again, I'd do it in a heartbeat. What did we say earlier? Something about like having a routine to look forward to and seeing growth in yourself is so rewarding. So much better than just having an open slate to do it.
Yeah, just nothing on the schedule to do and no one to answer to. Like I was reading in this book, and it was talking about like having people, and it's talking about accountability, right? And it was really talking about having like friends, not just like not your bosses, not your wives, not even superficial things like that. Like having actual friends that you tell them your goals, and then you're like you make deals with them. So it's not just like, hey, you hold me accountable. It's like, no, dude, like if I skip this workout that we're supposed to do, like I owe you $100 or something like that, where it's actual like tangible items that like it costs me if I miss my workout, because I'm not just costing it, like I'm not letting myself down, I'm letting the people that are holding me accountable down. And it's just like I think there's something really valuable about having goals and consequences to not reaching your goals, right? And not necessarily like where if I come up short, like it's a thing, like
you're punishing
Yeah,
yourself.
like it's really the action items. Punishments for your action items. If I'm never gonna hit my goal if I'm not hitting my action items, right? So if I don't have somebody there to hold me accountable or to do it with me or share that journey, like it's a lot harder, right? The goals are gonna come because of those action items. All the good things that come from chasing goals are within that, right? So the relationships that we have, the person that we become while chasing those. So even if we come up short, like we're still getting better and we're still figuring out, all the good things that can come from those types of those endeavors.
Yeah, I like that.
So all right, first coming back from NCAA. So obviously, like if you watch anybody that talks about wrestling, they probably have talked about this and just what a crazy tournament is. So watching it from home, like what did you see that that maybe was crazy, or something that you liked, or what maybe some of the athletes are doing that caught your eye?
Yeah, I think first off, from just like a fan standpoint, I feel like this year was the most talked about it has ever been since, I don't know, I've been watching since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Kyle Dake won 4. I still don't think that was as popular as as Gable, but I think the biggest surprise was just like how good all those guys are. Like if you wrestle each bracket 100 times, you're probably gonna have a different champ 50-75% of the time. Like
Yeah.
they're so good, and how close like some of the first round matches were. Like Ridge Lovett, he was down big. Who else? Lucas Bird barely won his first round match.
Yeah. Like literally like right time.
Like how on you have to be from the start of that tournament to the end is insane. And I think we saw a lot of guys just in that tournament like just get tough and figure it out, and that's something that just never goes away. Like they say Penn State has a secret sauce, but that's not enough. I feel like those guys had to get tough on day 3.
Yeah.
Just a grind.
And just, I mean, just like what you're talking about, like Coach Roper had a great tweet the other day, and it was just like talking about how razor thin these margins are and how good these athletes are. Like if you make that tournament, like you're a certified savage. Like whether you go 0-2 or whether you win the thing, like it's really just it's a matter of who catches fire, who is a little bit more disciplined, or who's a little bit more willing to compete in those like really tight situations. And something me and my wife were talking about on the way home is just like what everybody talks about Carter winning 5, and like even all the 4-timers, like and we've been spoiled lately to like have all like the ones that have happened so recently, but like man, that like is such an amazing feat to be unbeaten at a tournament that you see number 1 guys going down. You see national champions not even making it to day 2. You see, returning All-Americans getting picked off. You see, these amazing athletes or guys that have had amazing seasons that come up short, and it's just like holy smokes, like to be on for every single time that you're at the tournament, like it's honestly unbelievable. Like it doesn't even make sense to how mentally tough that those guys have to be.
I think just talking about him, dude. Everyone, I either love him or hate him, but you have to respect Starachi for what he's done. Like that will never happen. I don't know how it could ever happen again. It won't.
Please no COVID years.
It won't happen again. But like, I don't know. I'm not a huge Penn State Starachi guy, but like you have to admire what it took to do that, because one bad day, that's 5 NCAA. That's 15 days. You have one bad day out of 15.
Right.
He was somehow perfect, 15 of 15, which is it wasn't. Yeah, and he was even banged up last year. Like never perfect, but still found a way.
Yeah, exactly. So that stands out. Like, and just like a lot of the younger guys like coming in and being All-Americans and making national finals or winning national titles like Vincent Robinson. Like, I mean, like. It's crazy to see how good that tournament is. Like, it gets better and better, and it gets more fun to watch and like more unpredictable. I don't know if you had any teams, but my teams I think I started out like the first round I was pretty sweet, and then after that it just steadily dropped. But it as unpredictable as it can be, and I think that's what makes it so fun to watch. And like really what people even that don't follow wrestling like can get into, right? You see a number 20 seed in the All-American rounds, or you see these guys making crazy runs to the semis from low seeds, like that. The more we hype that up and the more we talk about that, like I think the more eyes that it can catch, because everybody loves the Cinderella story, right?
Yeah.
You watch March Madness, like everybody's gonna love that. I don't know what's going on in it, but every year some team catches fire, and like that's the same thing that happens in 3 days in March. Like somebody catches fire, like we need to just continue to hype that up and give it its praise.
I think also one thing is like it doesn't matter where you go, you can win. Like there's a national champ from NC State, national champ from Illinois, national champs from Nebraska. Like You don't have to go to Penn State or Iowa or Ohio State to win. Like, you can win anywhere. And I saw, I think it was maybe Johnny DeJulius had a tweet, like, if the tournament didn't go the way you wanted to, don't just bounce in the portal. Like, one tournament doesn't define a good or bad coach. And I think, like, just as a fan looking in, it feels like there's a lot of coaches that nobody talks about that did a really solid job there this past weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, there's, I mean, again, that tournament, the athletes, the coaches, they're all the, you know, the cream of the crop. These guys that sacrifice immensely, you know, in their personal lives, in their day-to-day, like what they do for these athletes and what the athletes do for themselves and for each other. Like it's honestly, it's inspiring. It truly is, like, you know, and you know, being a part of a college program, like you see it in here, like, you know, and no matter what level that you wrestle at, like it's incredible. But like to really watch to have the ESPN coverage of the Division I tournament, like it's really cool to see some of those stories start to unfold, and, you know, really open up some eyes to what people are doing all across the country.
Yeah, they had that sick, I don't know if you watched it, that sick little, like, clip of the build up to it. Like, they followed UNI, and did you watch that video? It's sick. You gotta watch it.
All right, I'll look at it. But yeah, so kind of little D1 recap. But so now just kind of looking forward, and we're gonna be doing stuff like this a little bit more often, a little impromptu, kind of wall talky, you know, what's going on in our lives. We're doing some training. Wyatt's getting ready. He's gonna be in a jiu-jitsu tournament next weekend, Jiu-Jitsu State, right?
South Dakota Open.
Okay, the South Dakota Open. So what's preparation been like for that? A little bit different.
Scattered. Kind of learning on the fly, like mini crash course. Just knowing how to wrestle and the feel of wrestling kind of gives you an advantage over some of the guys that are just starting up with no wrestling knowledge. So not unfortunately, I'm actually glad, but I have to compete in blue belt because I have a wrestling background. So that's 2 to 4 years of jiu-jitsu training. Division, I have about 2 to 4 weeks. So we'll see how it goes. It's different. It's fun to have. I have a teammate in there and a couple other guys that have wrestled before, so they're helping, and it's been fun. It's fun to learn something new. It's way more mild than wrestling, which I don't know if I love that or not, but my body appreciates it.
Yeah.
So it's been fun.
Is it something that you see yourself like pursuing for a while, or is it something like it's the flavor of the month, or what do you think? Kind of see how it goes.
If it stays as it is, yes, I would like to do it forever. Just for me, in my mental stability, I need something to look forward to and to train for. And this was kind of always on my schedule, especially with Landon doing it as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and I always want to keep my body moving and in shape. And if wherever life takes me, there's somewhere I fit in a gym and can keep doing it, I would love to, because it's fun, and I want to keep learning stuff. So I don't want to just go super hard for a month and then never do it again.
Right, and it seems like all the jiu-jitsu people that I've been around, like shout out Kamainu out in Reno. Those guys were all awesome to us when I was out there, and just like the temperament of those guys, like there's some certified savages in there, like straight up like will choke you at the snap of a finger, but like you wouldn't know that if you met them on the street. Like that's what I love about like that community. I think the wrestling community is a lot like that too. But like, guys that are straight up killers that could do whatever they need to in a moment's notice. But like they're in there to get better. They're in there to help you. They're in there to get the workout in too. So it's like it's a good environment, I think, to continue on to, right? Like you said, you're not gonna bang up your body, but maybe that's good after 23 years of wrestling.
Yeah, but also it is like they're savages, but I feel like they're so much more welcoming than wrestling. Like my first day in there, there's guys that are purple belts asking me for advice on takedowns and stuff. Like it's more of an inviting community, and I would say it is intense, but they're a lot more friendly about it. Like before a wrestling match, you want to find reasons to not like your opponent. Like, you stare them down and stuff, and these guys are like hugging and stuff. And I don't love that. Like, I'm not going to do that. But there's some differences for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, like you said, like continuing to learn and continuing to challenge yourself and you know, just give yourself motivation to stay in it and just get after it. And you know, like, you know, Reese Humphreys talked about it a ton. Like that, like I think there is a window for wrestling to fit into something like that, where, you know, there are, you know, avenues for older wrestlers to jump in, or even guys that maybe wanted to wrestle back in the day and that never got their opportunity to do that. You know, I don't know exactly what it looks like, but it would be cool to have that environment, you know. So, because, you know, this is my favorite thing to do, to stay in shape. Like, I'd much rather, like, I know I'm always doing the intervals and stuff like that, but a lot of times I was doing that, like, haven't had to do that like barely at all since I've moved out to here again, because I've got, you know, a bunch of guys that I can wrestle with all the time. I'd rather wrestle, you know, 7 days a week than hit the treadmill. So, you know, like that's it's one of the best ways to continue to get after and stay in shape. So, but yeah, man. So just kind of moving forward, like, expect more from us. Expect us to be, you know, putting some more content out. Please like, share, subscribe. You know, get in the comments. You know, let us know what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see, you know, more wrestling content, more Q&As, we're open to suggestions, and, you know, we want to, you know, continue to put together some fun stuff that you know, continues to help people and inspire people, and, you know, just gonna continue to have fun with it.
Yeah. One more thing before we get off, and we're talking about continuing training. Gotta shout out Ryan Deacon for his lifting program.
Yeah, they're not fun.
They're not fun.
No, in the best way possible.
I haven't walked the same in 4 weeks, but it's awesome. I would definitely check them out if you're interested in a lifting program, or you're not really sure what to do. I kind of told him what I was going through, and I wanted to keep working out, and he hooked me up, and it's been great. So I'd hit him up for sure.
What is the website?
Iron Summit. We can link him.
And we'll put it in the description. Yeah, and looking at his stuff, he's got all kinds of different programs, all kinds of different nutritional guides and things like that. Like, these guys are you know, some of the best guys in the business. So if you're interested, like he said, like, take a look at the links below and hit them up. Like, they'll help you out, especially if you're a wrestler or a wrestling parent. Like, let's keep supporting our own, and you know, make sure that these guys are continuing to have the ability to give back in their own way. All right.
Well said. Peace.